Hi.
Thanks. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Happy Saturday. Good to see everybody. I am Dixie, so hello. Hi, Miss Lola. It's nice to see you. Hi, Bryn. Okay. Oh, look, there we go. We got some people joining. Hi, everyone. My name's Dixie. I'm in the Satin Dolls. Thanks for joining me today on this lovely Saturday morning here. Well, here in LA, it's Saturday morning. I'm in LA, obviously, if you can't tell by my American accent. I'm here in LA. Oh, cloudy Florida, Evelyn. Yeah, my family. I'm actually originally mostly from Florida, so I get all the weather reports from my parents. So I'm Dixie. I'm in the Satin Dolls. Let's see. Let me run down my titles in the Satin Dolls. There's a few of them. I am a singer dancer. I am also a assistant producer here in LA. I've been in the Dolls for 9 years. I'm actually the doll who's been in the group the longest at this point. So really, really fun. I obviously love it if I've been in it for 9 years. Yes, happy birthday, Lola. Tony on Facebook says, happy birthday, Lola. Yes, it is our fearless leader Lola's birthday today, so happy birthday. We love her so much. If you haven't seen her on our Instagram page, go and look for a happy birthday. So I'm here in LA, and today I'm going to be doing a brush out tutorial. So brush out, for those of you who don't know, is basically you just brush your hair out. There's a lot more that goes into it than just brushing your hair. I love vintage hair. It's like one of my most favorite things. I love doing victory rolls. I love doing Gibson rolls. I love everything vintage hair. I'm not a hairdresser, but I've always just really loved watching tutorials and trying new things. So obviously, just a little bit, let's talk products first. So my hair naturally is curly, like wavy curly, and right now because of quarantine, it's about right below my collarbone. So usually I like to have it almost at a bob, like right at my mid neckline is where my hair is cut. But like I said, I've been stuck at home since the beginning of March. So I actually went on quarantine a little bit before everybody went on quarantine here because I had a baby. So I was on quarantine for a while. My hair is normally about here, but right now it's like right at my shoulders. We'll see it in my curlers. But so because I have naturally curly hair, I need a lot of moisture in my hair. And my texture of my hair is, I have a lot of hair, but it's really fine. So it's kind of strange to work with. So for prepping my hair, I do what they call a wet check. So I basically what I do is I wet my whole head, and then I put products in my hair, and then I put my curlers in my hair. So what happens? Hi, everybody who's just joining. I'm Dixie. We're talking products right now. So what I use on my day-to-day basis for my hair, because like I said, my hair is naturally wavy, I love these color hair products. These two are the best. Okay, so this one is a curl wave styling cream, and this one makes my natural curls really soft and really defined, but it's not like sticky or crunchy. And then this one is a Shine Serum Plus. So this one is amazing as well. Can you guys see it around this way? There we go. Finishing Shine Serum Plus, Curl Wave, Color Care, the best. And they smell divine. So that's always great. I'm getting an echo on the Instagram. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. All right, guys. Let's see.
getting an echo on the.
Let's try this. Let me know, Evelyn, if you're still having some. Evelyn's saying we're having an echo on Facebook, so let me know if it's gotten better. I tried. No instant echo. Well, technically, this is my first live stream, so I'm still learning as well. So, okay. So again, prep. I put a little bit of this, like a tiny little thing of this in my hair beforehand, and a tiny little bit, like pea size of this shine stuff, and about a dime for you Americans out there, a dime size of this one for the prep before it's wet. And then I spray on, this is like a vintage hair staple, Lotta Body. This is really great for, it's a setting lotion, and it keeps your hair really soft, but helps hold the curl, especially when we're dancing. And since I'm a dancer, especially if we're at an outdoor venue or something like that, I get really hot and perspire. I glow a lot. So this really helps keep my curls. I actually dilute this 50-50 solution. So it's 50% solution, 50% water. And I just put it in like a little spray bottle like this, and then just spray it all over. Give it a nice, okay, let me try turning that. Sorry guys, let's see. There we go. Is that better? Sorry, we're still getting for those of you joined, we're having some technical difficulties. I'm getting an echo on our Facebook feed for some reason. Miss Lola, let me know if that fixed it. I have the volume down on all of my devices now, so hopefully that works. So yeah, so I just spray this all over, Lotta Body, half and half, water and Lotta Body, spray it all over, brush it through, and then, again, all over, brush it through, and then, we're having an echo. Echo. So that's my prep work. Okay, so prep work is my normal one, and then Lotta Body as well. Okay, so then what happens is I curl, and I'm going to take off my gorgeous Sarah turban to show you how my curls look. So, isn't this lovely? It's very Medusa, I think. So what I do is I'm actually a fan of the pillow curler. So you can see these ones over here, these leopard ones are pillow curlers. And then I actually use a few sponge ones right on the top and then right in the back for the trickier ones. I like to use the foam ones up top, a few of them up top, just because I think that that really helps give that S shape right around the face. And it gives it a little bit larger curl. These ones can get a little tight on the sides. But they're so much more comfortable to sleep in. Since I do a wet set, it does, I do sleep on it. So I actually prepped my hair last night. I put in the curlers and then woke up this morning. When I woke up this morning, they were still slightly damp. So what I do is I will go and I have a bonnet dryer, like the old-fashioned bonnet dryers it's like the big thing that goes over it, and you put it on your head and you turn it on, and it's great because I just put that on while I'm finishing my makeup and then my hair is dry by the time I'm done. So hi for everybody who's joining us. I'm Dixie. We're talking brush outs today. So I'll tell you a little trick. If you don't have a bonnet dryer and you need a quick fix, you could actually take your hair dryer and put a plastic bag over your head, and you can put the hair dryer up underneath it, and it creates a bonnet, a MacGyver bonnet dryer. It's one that I actually will use if we're on tour. I'll just pack an extra because my bonnet dryer, the box is pretty large. It's about this size. And sometimes I don't have space in our suitcase for that because, you know, we have costumes and shoes and everything else in there. So then I'll just pack a plastic bag, and most hotels have hair dryers. So it's a quick little fix for that situation. So you can see I do the curler method I use is it's like a mohawk one. So that's how you can see. So I have a row up top here, and then if I turn around to the back, it follows down. And then since my hair is short, I do 2 little ones underneath. Let's see. Evie from Dresden just asked, what turban do I use? I assume I sleep with that. I actually don't sleep in my turban because it's a little bit tighter on my head. And I actually prefer using something that can breathe a little bit more. So I just use a silk scarf, and I tie that over my hair to sleep in. That's a great question, Evie. Yeah, I just do like a silk scarf over it because I feel that it kind of helps get some more air in there overnight. So when I take out my curlers, so this is one thing that I do, you can kind of see. So I actually pin my curlers down with a little clip. You can use a clip or a bobby pin. This helps prevent, especially if you're using foam rollers, this helps prevent the evil kink that you can get in your hair sometimes. Sometimes if you don't pin it back, you'll get a little weird kink in it. So I use these to just pin it down, and then it also gives me a better defined curl. It keeps it a little bit nicer. So let's take out these curlers and see what happens. Anybody have any questions for me while I'm taking these out? You'll see my curls get really, really tight when I take them out. So I'm going to look a little bit like Shirley Temple. Should I sing some Good Ship Lollipop while we're waiting? So I like I said, I use pillow curlers for my hair. So it's one of these guys. And, you know, I'm a huge leopard print fan, if you can't tell. So these are just silk leopard print pillow curlers. And these ones I believe I got on Amazon a while ago. So if anyone's looking for some new pillow curlers, I like using the Satin ones because they so you can see they pull out of my hair really, really smooth. I find that there's ones that you can get that are cotton, and those ones are great too, but I just feel like they don't give me quite as smooth of a curl. So here we go, taking them all out. 1, 2, 3. How many curlers do I use? So I don't know if anybody knows this, but you actually usually have more hair on one side of your head than another. So I usually do more curlers on my left side of my head than my right side because my hair is a little bit thicker on that side. So, and there's no rules for curlers. This is all trial and error. So yeah, you can see it gets real crazy. Yep, there we go. So here we go. We have a few more. Got all of my clippies out. Like I said, these ones are really nice because they just pull out real quick. So, and sometimes depending on what type of curlers you're using, like these ones, like I said, you can just pull them straight out. But sometimes you want to actually, especially if you have longer hair, you want to just kind of unravel them. I'll show you with this one. Let's see. So this one is mine. So if you're going to unravel them, you're going to go like that. So hi, let's see, STHEILER23. She just asked on Instagram, how do I use pillow curlers if I've never used them before? Great question. So let me show you real quick. So what happens is just like when you're doing foam rollers, you're going to section your hair just like this, right? And like I said, I do a wet set, so my hair is usually damp because, again, my hair is naturally wavy curly, and I find it's better to do a wet set because it gives it a little bit better definition, and it tames my frizz that I can sometimes get. So you're going to take your foam roller or your pillow curler like this. So inside the pillow curler, there's like a little wire. So when you bend them, they actually kind of hold their shape. So what I do is you, like I said, section your hair. You start at the bottom. You just start winding just like you would a normal curler. I like kind of winding and tucking as I go to make sure that the ends are nice and smooth, because that's the tricky thing sometimes, is getting your ends nice and smooth so they're not frizzy. And then you just wind them all the way up to your head and then fold it in half, and then you just twist and voila. And that's how you use a pillow curler. They're super, super easy. I actually find them easier than the foam curlers because you don't have to worry about clipping it down and everything. And then again, when I sleep in them, I'll take a little clip like this and I'll just put it right underneath it just so it holds that nice shape. And because sometimes when I sleep, if I don't clip them down, moving, even with the scarf on, moving too much will cause the curlers to shift. So, and then sometimes you end up with like a wonky curl. So we don't want wonky curls. So let's see, I got 2 more and then we'll see how it goes. Let's see, I'm hoping my top ones were, like I said, I was telling you, my top ones were a little damp this morning. So I hope I got them dry enough. Let's see, Lola just asked, you roll the hair over the curler or up over the curler or up over the curler? So I do everything over. So all of my curls go the same direction when I'm curling it. So I always go this way, even going down the back and the side. So everything goes up over and wraps. There's a million different ways, again, a million different ways that you can curl your hair. I prefer curlers rather than pin curls. I'm not particularly good at pin curls. So, and like I said, I like using this. So if you know anything about vintage hair, your hair always ends up looking crazy before it looks good. So you have to embrace the process because, oh my goodness, look at how tight these are. And I can feel in the back I have one damp curl still. Oh, drats. That's okay. We'll work with it. So you can see all the way around. It's quite tight. And a lot of times you take out your curlers and think, oh my gosh, what did I do? I just stuck my finger in a light socket. Now what? Well, what we do is we're going to add a little bit of pomade to it. So pomade, I use the Suavecita pomade. And I think a lot of our girls use this. So this is, and this lasts forever. You only need a little bit to really help your hair. So what I do is I take a little bit of pomade and I just take and rub my finger in it just a little bit, like so. And so I get about that much, just a little glob on my finger. That's about it. That's all you need. That's really pretty much all I use. If we're doing a photo shoot, I probably would add a little bit more because I'm not dancing necessarily, and it makes your hair nice and shiny and your curls more defined. But if I am dancing and performing, I don't use a ton because it can weigh my hair down and it ends up looking greasy, added with, you know, my perspiration from dancing. So then I just take a little bit of pomade and I start running. I kind of scrunch it in my hair first and just kind of run it through as best you can, kind of pulling it, especially if your curls are as tight as these, because you're going to need to brush a lot to get this out. Again, yeah, exactly. Lola over on Satin Doll said, embrace the crazy. And that's absolutely it. Just embrace the crazy. Yeah. Lola on Instagram said that this is a great 20s hair look. Yes. So for 20s hair, it's amazing because it's basically, for me who has short hair, I basically just do this. I'll like try and do like a few finger waves right here and then put a headband on and voila, I have a 20s look. I'm very spoiled with 20s because I don't have to hardly do anything. But for 40s, it does take a little bit more effort. So then, so I put a little bit of pomade in my hair And now we're gonna brush and brush and brush and brush and brush. So you can see, so the pillow curlers made my hair a little bit tighter on the sides, and then the foam rollers made my curls a little bit bigger on top. Again, but see, I already have that amazing S shape and I haven't hardly done anything to it. So that's why I use a different size. How much would you, Ginger over on Facebook asks, how much would you use if you have hair that's a little longer? For pomade, it's really, it's just try it out. Start with a little and then go from there. Because a little bit of pomade goes a long way. There's a fine line between enough to make a definition in your hair and then you cross over into the land of it just being heavy and weighed down. So now I'm going to start brushing. So this is the longest part of doing my hair since my hair is short. So now I'm just going to start brushing and kind of pulling. And I do have a little bit of pomade still on my hands. You can see they're kind of shiny still. So as I'm brushing, I'm just kind of pulling through my hair a little bit because, like I said, my curls were pretty tight. So I am just, thank you, Lola. Yes, she asked what kind of brush this is. This is well, you can't see it. Oh, there we go. The Denman brush, the one that everybody uses. This one is my favorite brush. This one is the best. I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a 9 row one. There's also a 5 row one. But you can see already my hair is starting to smooth out. You can see I only brushed it a little bit and already it's starting to take shape finally, right? So crazy side, look, brush through a few times and now you have it nice and smooth. So like I said, I'm just going to go all the way around and just start brushing. And our crazy hair time has not quite left us yet. I'm actually going to do some teasing because that is extremely important, is how you tease your hair. So like I said, I'm just taking sections. So I just grab like a section of my hair and just start brushing and pulling. And like I said, I have a tiny bit of pomade still on my hands. So that way, yeah, see, already we're getting those nice soft curls going. And once I tease it out, it'll be even better. So now I'm going to get the back of my head a little bit. So let's see. So now I'm just brushing all over, brush. And this is, I'm not going to brush as long as I probably normally would because I want to really get to like the teasing and stuff. But I will almost inevitably up until showtime be brushing out my hair and messing with the curl structure and just trying to find some shape in the curls just because the longer you brush, the more smooth the curls can get. So let's see. Oh, I had a question. Let's see. Someone asked, where can I get the pomade as I'm from the UK? I believe that Suavecita ships online, I believe. I think you can order it from their website. Also, I've gotten it from Amazon before too. A lot of times you can go to the individual websites and get them. Again, this is the pomade I use is the Suavecita, and they have great products in general. So as you can see, I could leave my hair like this and it would suffice it as I would totally just leave this as my hair, but grew up quite a bit in the South. So for those of you who don't know, we have a saying, the higher the hair, the closer to God. So I always like a lot of volume. Oh, Bryn 331 just said it's Betty. Yeah, this definitely looks more like 1950s, you know, with the shape of that. Yes, There we go. So again, if you wanted like just like a smoother look, you could just brush it, and you can leave it. Also, a lot of times what I like to do is I like to just pin one side back and leave it like that. You can also take a flower and tuck it in, and voila. So that is very, very simple hair just to brush it out. It's all about how you curl and how you brush. So Lola just said we love volume in the dolls. Yes, we do. We love volume and we love big hair pieces. So okay, so now we're gonna get to teasing. So my hair is, oh, I didn't tell you one thing in the prep. A lot of times my hair specifically does better when I haven't washed it for a day or two. So the oils in the natural oils in my hair, especially like I said, because I have naturally curly wavy hair, I don't usually wash my hair. If I'm just wearing my normal hairstyle, I don't wash my hair but every 3 to 4 days if I can get away with it. Vintage hair, if we have a lot of gigs back to back, I probably won't wash my hair between gigs. I know the last time we were at Viva Las Vegas, I washed my hair the day I left for Viva Las Vegas, which was on a Wednesday, and I washed my hair when I got home on Monday. So the longer that you can let your hair go, especially for vintage styles, the better. That doesn't work for everybody. I know there's some girls in our group who their hair works better with clean hair. Again, it's all personal preference. Like I said, I washed my hair on Thursday. So this is like 2-day-old hair. So to help combat some of the extra oils that we have, I use dry shampoo. And this one is my favorite. It smells so good. This is the Clean and Light Bear scent. It smells so good. I'm not I like fragrance, but I don't want ton of fragrance. So this is one where it makes your hair smell clean, but it doesn't really add a lot of extra scent to it, especially when I'm using so many other products, it can kind of clash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spray a little bit over my hair, because also dry shampoo, if you have really fine hair, like mine, like I said, I have a lot of hair, but I have really fine hair. So I love dry shampoo because it helps give my roots a little bit of texture, and it also helps with volume. So like I said, I just kind of spray it all over, and then you just kind of shampoo it in like you would your normal shampoo. Hi, Kelly. All right, so there we go. So I just kind of shake it through, get some of that extra oil I have built up from not washing it in a couple days. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush it through again. Now we're going to get to teasing. Woohoo! This is my favorite part. You guys thought I looked crazy when I took out my curlers. Oh, just you wait. Just you wait till we get to teasing. That's always my favorite. We always make funny faces at each other in the dressing room when we're teasing because all of us look crazy. But we embrace the crazy because, you know, it's all a process, right? Isn't that a great tip for life? It's all a process. Sometimes it's crazy and then hopefully it gets better, right? Especially nowadays. Okay, so I brush through. So now I'm going to take my teasing brush. So I like, I know a lot of people use teasing combs. There's a million different ways to do it. I personally like a teasing brush. So it's just like a boar bristle teasing brush. See, that's it. This one is, this one's just a Conair. I think I got it at Target here in the States. So it's just a teasing brush. And this is the one that I really like because I feel like it gives me the most bang for my buck during teasing. So what I'm going to do is I like Yeah, Lola said we need to do a teased hair group pick. We absolutely do, because all of our processes are so different. Because I'm sure if you've seen any of the other live streams, the hair live streams, all of our hair processes are very different. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start teasing this back part of my head, like right in this area. So what I do is I'm going to take a section right behind. So you can see kind of where my curlers stop. So this is where this front section was all the section. And you guys can see it here. Excuse my quarantine roots. This front section was the section that I had the foam rollers in. And you can see, and then the back is where the pillow curlers start. So I usually start where my pillow curlers were. So I'm just teasing the back section. So I'm going to take a small section, you can see, and then I kind of just brush it through. And then you're going to want to start teasing. Oh, you can really see how long I've been in quarantine right here. I'm going to start brushing through, and then I'm going to start teasing at the base, and I'm going to go up from there. So I just kind of tease. If you have really fine hair, what you can also do is take a little bit of hairspray and see, yes, there we go. Ta-da! What you can do is if you have really fine hair, you can take, this is the hairspray. Depending on what type of thing we're doing, I usually bounce back and forth between Big Sexy Hair hairspray or the Tresemme hairspray. Tresemme has a little bit better hold, I think. So if we're outside, especially performing or doing photo shoots or anything, that's the one that I like to use for outside stuff. This is great for like photo shoots and things like that because it's a little bit softer, and I can brush through it a little easier. And then if something goes a little weird or I need to change my hairstyle, this one's a little bit better. Yeah. Bryn says this is in between Cindy Lou Who look. That's exactly what this is. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start going back down my head. So I'm going to take another little section in the back, get a little brush and a little tease all the way up to the top. So I don't tease the back of, I'd say don't tease it that much, but so Tony said, this is so much work. I'm glad my head is shaved. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so much easier. So like I said, I'm just going back, as I'm going down, turn around so you can see. And then I'm just teasing. This is getting my hair. So in the back, it's kind of nice and puffy. And I tease almost all the way to the nape of my neck. So like I said, I just go through and just tease. And then I stop about here just because I'm going to pin that down in a minute anyway. So then we have this gorgeous look right here. So I tease my whole head first, and then I go back and brush it through. So next section I'm going to work on is this side right here. So then I'm just going to take a little section. Give it a little brush, give it a little tease, almost to the ends, and then, like I said, just keep working your way down, brush through, tease. Like I said, this seems like a lot of work, but once you do it enough, it becomes second nature, and I usually can get my hair done in about, let's see, I usually do my hair first and then do my makeup because I like to let my hair kind of set and shape, because you'll see I'm going to do some pins, some clamps in it in a minute. So let's see. Oh, Victoria just asked, does your hair tangle from all the teasing? Yes, it does. Actually, it's not too bad. What I'll do a lot of times is, see, look, this is a look right here. What I'll do a lot of times is very gently brush through. I usually take my teasing brush or just like a normal boar bristle brush, and very gently start from the bottom and kind of brush up to the top. So that way I'm trying not to create as much breakage when I'm brushing it out. Another trick that you can use to brush out a lot of teasing is when you go shower, just get in the, get your head wet, put a ton of conditioner in it, and then brush it through in the shower, and then wash your hair like normal. That's the best way. Yeah, Bryn said the only time I use Pantene shampoo and conditioner is to get out the teasing. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best ways is just to almost do it in the shower, because then you can just use the conditioner to help assist that. Okay, so now we're on our way to crazy land. This is where it gets real fun. So I'm going to start working on this front section. So this section is what's going to create, you can kind of see it's already starting to create that nice swoop, as we like to call it, my nice S-shaped swoop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tease it two ways, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tease it sideways first. So I'm going to take a section here, like so, first, and then I'm going to tease it. So my hair goes this direction. So I'm going to actually tease it on the underside of where it would lay, right? So if I'm letting my hair go this way, I'm going to tease it on this side. If your hair would go the other way, you would tease it on this side. So like I said, I'm just going to start teasing, 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 almost to the end. And there we go. And then again, I'm just going to go down. And sometimes, because I did use, like if you're not getting the right curl for this front section, what I will do sometimes is I'll take a hot curling iron and re-curl it. So that way it kind of gets a little bit smoother, or if I had like a weird kink in it or it's not laying right, I can kind of fix it that way. I don't generally do curling iron for setting my hair, because my hair is naturally wavy / curly. So any heat on my hair is not really good for my natural curl pattern. So I try not to do heat as much as possible. So then I'm just gonna keep going down and teasing along. There we go. Okay. Oh, yes. See, I told you, the higher the hair, the closer to God, as we say in the South. So I'm going to keep going down my head. So I'm going to keep going down the side. And then I'm going to show you, because we're going to go back and re-tease this section in a minute. So again, section, tease. And we're almost done. We're almost there, y'all. We're so close to teasing time being over and getting in on the smoothing time, making it not look quite so insane. All right. There we go. Last little bit. Okay. So I'm done. That was your tutorial with Dixie Lee. No, we're not done yet. Okay, so yes. So now I'm going to take this middle section. So again, this was the section that I did my foam rollers in. And now, so I teased it this, separating it this way. Now I'm going to go through and separate it like I was doing the back section. So I'm going to start with this. So I'm going to take a little section, and it's kind of tricky because you've already teased it, but you want to take another section here and kind of work your way through. Oh, I did a really good teasing job on this one. I can't quite get through. There we go. So you're going to take a section. There we are. And you're actually going to tease it this way now. And that really helps you get the height. So Kathleen just said, my favorite pre-show ritual, marveling at Dixie Lee's teasing. Yeah. I'm kind of one of the resident experts on teasing hair. This is the great way to get your rolls huge, right? That is the most, Lola says that's the most glam clown hair I've ever seen. Yeah, that's about where we're at. It's a little bit Bozo the Clown like right now. So, and this is exactly how I would be doing my teasing if I was doing victory rolls for this front section. So, and then, like I said, do a little bit extra here. And voila. So now we're ready to go. Okay, so like I said, my hair goes this way. So you can already see, even though it looks crazy, you can see that it's starting to create the shape that you want for your brush out. And again, naturally, my hair is right here. Normally, I like to keep it like right, not quite a bob, but like a longish, a flob, a long bob. So it's usually about here. But like I said, since we've been in quarantine, I haven't had my hair cut, and I'm not going to cut it myself. So it's about right at my collarbone. So then I'm just going to start gently brushing out the top layer of hair. So you don't want to really brush into the hair because that's going to completely counteract all of the work that you've done, all of the teasing work you've done. So I'm just going to start brushing a little bit on the top layer just to kind of smooth it out so it doesn't quite look so crazy. So then we just start, and I usually, depending on how much brushing I need to do, I usually just use my boar bristle teasing brush to brush out. Or you can also use your brush to kind of get it out, but I sometimes feel like I brush too deep with my normal brush. So it kind of, like I said, it'll brush out a lot of the teasing work I just did. And my arms get tired when I'm teasing. So there we go. David on Facebook is singing my signature song that I love to sing in shows, which is Left, Right, Out of Your Heart. It's one of my favorites to perform. There we go. So I'm brushing out my hair. And for those of you, I'm looking in, I have my little handy dandy mirror that Miss Lola got me one year for Christmas. So this is about the size mirror that I a lot of times use to get ready for shows. So if I'm getting ready at home, it's amazing because I have in my bathroom one of those the trifold mirrors, so I can look and check out the back of my head and everything. But most of the time, this is what we're working with for shows. So we've become very good at doing a lot with a very tiny mirror. So I'm going to start brushing my top layer of teasing out. I definitely got to get this back section brushed out. Aw, thanks, David. That's so sweet. He said it's Left, Right, Out of Your Heart's my best song. I appreciate that. Okay, so again, I'm just brushing enough where it kind of covers all that under teasing. And then I'm gonna start clamping. Okay, so thanks. I know the swoop is already there, right, Lola? I switched. I used to I think what happened was I used to only do 2 curlers on the top of my head that are about this size to get the swoop. And then recently I switched to 3. So I did smaller sections, but a little bit bigger roller. So Lola said, do you remember my first Dixie hair? So since I've been in the dolls for 9 years, I have gone through a few hair styles. I used to have pretty long hair. So I would do the traditional victory rolls with the curls on the bottom. And then I cut my hair, and I went and I was using the hot sticks. If anybody knows what hot sticks are, they're like long rods and they bend. I used those, and my hair was so curly, so curly. It was kind of crazy, and I had to stop doing that because my hair kept breaking. So, but now I figured out a way to do it nice and short and curly and keep it healthy. So, and yes, Lola also said, and colors. Yes, I was a redhead for a time. When I first joined the dolls, I was blonde. Then I was red, and back to blonde. And I always toy with going back to red because I love red hair, but I feel like I'm a blonde at heart, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Although who knows, if we're in quarantine long enough, I may go back to my natural color, which is kind of a dark ashy blonde. So who knows? Okay, so now that I've gotten my hair pretty smooth, I'm going to take, I have these little clampy clamps. See, clamp, clamp, clamp. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start, so what I'm doing is I'm creating this part in the back where it's kind of nice and smooth. So I kind of smooth it down and then I'm gonna clamp it right there. And then I'm gonna go around and do that kind of right at where you can kind of see where my curl pattern stops and, it's kind of smooth and then the curls happen. So just go and clamp. So then there we go. And then I'm gonna do it on this side and then we're gonna work on this S shape right here. So like I said, I'm just gonna go around and do like a little clamp. And the bottom's kind of crazy still, so I'm gonna go through and work on those as well in a minute. So usually when I'm clamping, I leave this front section free because I'm gonna go back and kind of work with this a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do for my S shape in front, so that S swoop is where it is at. So what you wanna do is I kind of create this shape. So this is kind of the shape that we're wanting to go with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of my clips again, and kind of put it in right here to help hold that shape. So I'm creating like this little spot right there. And I always say I don't spend as much time on this side because 90% of the time I'm gonna put a flower in there anyway. So I usually just leave the side how it is and then just stick my flower in. This is the side I usually focus on because I usually don't have any hair piece on this side. So then what I'm gonna do is just start kind of shaping my curls. So there we go, we already got one. If your S shape is not quite cooperating, you can take a clip and put it in here. If I'm performing 90% of the time, I'm still doing this, but I'm actually putting usually a bobby pin right here to keep that curl out of my face while I'm dancing because we're turning, we're sometimes doing cartwheels, we're changing costumes. So I wanna try and keep that shape still. So I'll put a little bobby pin right there. Hi, Dawn from PA. Okay, so now that we have our clamps all in and ready to go, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna take my teasing brush and I'm gonna start just kind of shaping these curls on the sides. You can leave it like this and it's nice and poofy, and this is more, if you look at vintage pictures, like a lot of the women's curls were not, they weren't defined because they were, you know, doing it at home and they were leaving their sets for days. But if you want to get a little bit more definition in your curls, what I like to do is I take my brush and I just take a little section and I start brushing through. And then I kind of just see which way the curl goes. Because like I said, I have naturally curly hair, so I'm used to just seeing what happens and letting it and working with it, because a lot of times curly hair does not want to cooperate, especially if you have naturally curly hair. It's going to do what it wants. And so you can already see it starting to get a little bit more definition in there. So like I said, I'm just taking tiny little sections. You can also put just a little bit of pomade on your hair, and I would put it on the hand that I'm kind of using to shape the curl. You can put just a tiny bit of pomade on it, and when you're brushing it, run your hands over it so that way the curl gets a little bit more definition. I don't usually like to put pomade too much on after this, like I was saying before, just because it can really weigh your hair down if you put too much on. So we're almost out of time already. I can't believe how fast this went. So what we're doing is I'm just gonna go through, and like I said, I'm just gonna brush. And so I'm just going around and taking little sections and brushing and just doing that. So then what I'm gonna do, so alrighty, ta-da, that's pretty much it. Okay, so the back I would do the same. I would go through and just take little sections. And since I can't see behind me right now, it's a little tricky, but when I'm doing it on my own, I'll usually use the second mirror and check the back to see where there's any like funky spots or anything like that. So then we're gonna go, and I'm kind of doing this by touch. So Just grabbing little sections and brushing it out and just creating that definition of your curl. So then, voila. So you can see it's pretty smooth all over. Got like a little bit of tease here, but once I take this out, I'm going to smooth this over. So I usually try and cover my teasing spots just because it makes it look prettier. So then what I'm going to do, now that I have like everything pretty much set, I want to make sure I got that curl just right. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hairspray, my handy dandy hairspray, and just kind of give it an all over spray. So I usually start, oh my goodness. And of course my hairspray is clogged. Let's see if I can get that fixed real quick. There we go. Ah, now we're back in business. So then I'm going to start spraying. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take my teasing brush and I'll use this to smooth, because you want to try not to use your hands too much to do any finishing, because the hair can stick to your fingers when you're spraying hairspray and then touching your hair, and then it'll just ruin your hair. It'll ruin all the work you just did. So I'm going to just kind of go through and shape and curl and make sure that all of the pieces are kind of where I want them. Especially in the back, I'm going to smooth down any little funky stray hairs. Here we go. Oh, I see a spot right here. I can see it from the corner of my eye. So there we go. And then I'm going to let it sit for a second. And then we take out all of the clips and we kind of see where we're at with all of our curls. So yeah, so let's see, check. It's pretty dry. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start, I would usually set my hair like this, and then I would go back in and I would go and do my makeup then, if we're doing a show or even if I'm getting ready, because that way my hair has time to kind of sit and take this shape and get used to this shape, and then I can go and do my makeup, and then when I'm done with my makeup, I'll take out all my clips and pop in my flower, and then we're ready for showtime. So like I said, I'm going to take out, you can see all my clips are all around the back. So I'm just going to start gently removing them. There we go. And again, these are just these guys, these type of clips. So then all my clips are out in the back, I think. Don't want to go on stage with any extra hair clips in there. And then I'm going to take out this one and this one. And we should, whoop, there we go. Ta-da! There it is. So like I said, I have like a little, see how there's like a little separation here? Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go back in and kind of cover up and kind of fix things. But let's see, I'll do a little bit of smoothing as well. But there we go. Thank you, Sassy. She says, my hair is so pretty. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then usually what I'll do is I'll clip a flower over here. I have this amazing flower that I got at the Honolulu flea market when I went to Hawaii a couple of years ago. I love it. Teal is one of my favorite colors. And they did an amazing job on the back. Like you can see, the clip is hidden with leaves. How awesome is that? It's incredible. So then I would just go and clip it right in there, and then ta-da! So then what I'll sometimes do is once I get my flowers in, and then I can go back and, like I said, a lot of times I'm brushing and fixing curls up until I go on stage. So like, because sometimes your flower doesn't cover all of your curls, and I can see like, oh, I could use a little bit more definition over here. So I'll just go back through, and like I said, since I didn't put too much hairspray on it, I usually like to put the hairspray on, like a lot of hairspray on right before I walk out the door, or right before I walk on stage. That way, I can keep playing with it until we're at showtime. So there we go. So that's your brush out tutorial. One of the things that I will say is I really adore Victory Violet's tutorials. She has some amazing tutorials. When I cut my hair short, hers are the tutorials that I started watching for brush outs, because I was like, I don't know how to do these. She is amazing. Also, be sure to come back later today. Miss Ivy is going to be singing some tunes. And thanks, everybody, for my, so here we go. We can see the back again. Let's see. There we go. Now I'm going to have to go do a photo shoot outside because I'm all dressed up and nowhere to go. Except for my backyard. I'll have to do a little tiki photo shoot outside or something today. Check out my Instagram later for some pictures. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Satin Doll Dixie Lee. Or sorry, Satin Doll Dixie. Jeez, I don't even know my Insta. It's like not knowing your phone number anymore because, you know, everybody, you just have it plugged into your phone. Let's see. Evie said, any tips on how to make the hair last longer in Florida humidity? Girl, I feel you. Oh my gosh. So my hair goes bananas in the humidity because, like I said, I have natural curly hair. So it's crazy. For me, it's all about prepping my hair ahead of time, the products I use, and not overusing products. The only product that I would ever overuse is hairspray at the end. But a lot of times you want your hair to kind of have some movement to it. You don't want it to be like helmet head. So yeah, just hairspray, hairspray, hairspray. Finding a hairspray that works with your hair that will keep the humidity out. And just getting that setting, you know, making sure it's set. But even my hair, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have a backup hairstyle for humidity. I love a good Gibson roll. A Gibson roll is basically where you take your hair and you roll it all back up in the back. That is one of my favorite go-tos when it's when my hair starts sagging or looking very sad. I'll just throw it all up into a Gibson roll, and that is like my favorite vintage go-to hairstyle when it's hot or humid. Or you can always do like victory rolls with the Gibson. It's amazing. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to go over and our first single is out online. You can find it on iTunes and Amazon Music, Spotify. Go listen to it. It's called That Man. We also have a video for it online. Definitely go check that out. Happy birthday to Miss Lola, our fearless leader and producer of the Satin Dolls. This was so much fun. I had a blast chatting with you guys and showing you how I do my hair. Maybe I'll come back and I do my victory rolls a little bit differently than everybody else. So maybe I'll come back and show you how I do that. Because like I said, I have very fine hair, but a lot of hair. So I do mine a little differently. But have a wonderful Saturday. Everyone stay safe, stay home, be good. Have a wonderful Saturday. And we'll see you again soon. All right. Bye.